The Islamic Corporation for the Development of the Private Sector, ICD, is the private sector arm of the Islamic Development Bank Group, IDB Group. IDB is a multilateral development financing institution comprising 4 entities: IRTI, ISIC, ICD, and ITFC. ICD was established in 1999 with an authorized capital of $2 billion and a membership of more than 50 countries. ICD's vision is to be a major player in the development of the private sector, as it sees this sector as a powerful vehicle for economic and social growth and prosperity in Islamic countries. The mission of ICD is to complement the role played by IDB through providing Islamic financial services and products, promoting competition and entrepreneurship in member countries, advising governments and businesses, encouraging cross-border investments. The ICD goals are establishment of 1 to 2 Islamic financial institutions per member country by 1440 Hijri, 2020 Gregorian, financing 3,000 enterprises per channel, financing 10,000 retail users per channel, financing 1 direct investment per member country by 1440 Hijri, 2020 Gregorian. ICD mainly provides the following products and services: financial institutions development, direct investment and financing, advisory and asset management services. ICD is approached by a sponsor or group of sponsors investors to invest in a new or existing Islamic financial institution based in a member country. ICD and its partners target the financial institution, which could be Islamic banks, Ijara companies, Takaful companies, mortgage finance companies, investment funds. The mentioned financial institutions will finance the eligible projects of the small and medium enterprises. These projects will create new jobs and help the local economy to grow. Going back to the financial institutions development services, the second service is the extension of the line of finance. ICD also provides lines of finances to select banks and financial institutions in its member countries as a means to improve small and medium-sized enterprises' access to medium-term financing and concurrently strengthening the balance sheet position of the beneficiary banks and enhancing the national economy. The line of finance clôture the financial institutions development services. As mentioned before, ICD is providing 3 main products and services. The direct investment and financing service contains 3 main products: direct equity investment, medium-term finance, short-term finance. ICD supports the development of member countries by investing in companies seeking capital expansion. The service includes investments in greenfield and operating companies with a strong equity story potential for major development benefits, equity investment through capital increases or buyouts, practically, ICD is approached by a sponsor or group of sponsors to invest in a new or existing project in a sector other than financial services. ICD's equity contribution cannot exceed 33.3% of the project's equity capital. ICD finances the feasible projects which have competent management, sound corporate governance framework, and a clear developmental impact. The second product of the direct investment and financing service is the term finance. ICD is approached by a sponsor or group of sponsors to finance new or existing projects. ICD is underwriting, lead arranging, or a participant in term financing projects. ICD's financing amount cannot exceed 40% of the project's total costs for greenfield projects, or 50% for brownfield projects. The financing amount will be used for a specific purpose: expansion, new production lines, purchase of machinery, etc. The average size of financing is between $10 and $20 million US, with a tenure of 4 to 7 years. The minimum size is $5 million US. ICD finances the feasible projects, which have competent management, sound corporate governance framework, and a clear developmental impact. Now let's talk about the third and last product of the direct investment and financing service, which is the short-term finance. ICD provides short-term financing for companies where cash flow from operations is not sufficient to cover its financing needs. Practically, ICD will be approached to provide liquidity to corporations. The tenure for a short-term loan can be up to 2 years. This facility can be provided through 1. Trade finance, 2. Working capital, 3. Bridge finance. After describing the three products composing the direct investment and financing services, now we will present ICD's third service, which is the advisory and asset management services. In fact, ICD offers to its clients investment banking, business consultancy, and asset management services. The aim is to create the right environment to facilitate private sector investment and help companies achieve their potential. Through a team of experienced investment banking professionals, ICD provides the following advisory services to its clients: restructuring, project finance, mergers and acquisition, equity placement, sukuk, hybrid convertible instruments, securitization. ICD helps in developing private sector initiatives to foster the growth and sustainability of the Islamic business environment. The business consultancy services focuses on the development of the SME sector, Islamic financial institutions, and special economic zones in member countries. ICD acts as a fund manager or a partner to sponsor and create special purpose vehicles along with third-party investors. The ICD's asset management services classify funds into the following three categories. The SME funds, which enhance access to finance for fast-growing SMEs that contribute to job generation and economic development. ICD has currently launched funds in Saudi Arabia and Tunisia. The private equity funds, which address, regionally or globally, key development sectors. ICD has currently established a CIS Renewable Energy Fund and a Global Food and Agribusiness Fund. The income funds, which establish liquidity management investment vehicles, providing a Sharia-compliant avenue and continuous risk-adjusted returns. ICD is managing a unit investment fund and has recently launched a regional money market fund. After describing the three main services of ICD, let's showcase some people projects arranged and financed by ICD to better understand the financing structure. Case Study 1. Enhancing development via arranging financing. ICD acted as a lead arranger and financier for the construction of a steel mill plant in Mukalla, Yemen. The total project cost was $172 million US, including $48 million in term financing contributed by the ICD-led consortium. ICD was able to bring in 2 development funds to participate in the syndication, with all 3 parties contributing $16 million US each. OPEC Fund for International Development, Arab Fund for Economic and Social Development. Case Study 2. Development of Islamic Finance Industry. In order to develop the Islamic financing market in Western Africa, ICD embarked on investing in and establishing Islamic banks in the region. ICD partnered with Bank Asya in Turkey to create a holding company, Tamwil Africa, which invests and manages stakes in Islamic banks and also provides the necessary synergies to grow an Islamic banking platform. ICD invested $33 million US for a 60% stake in Tamwil Africa, which further invested in 4 banks in Niger, Senegal, Mauritania, and Guinea. ICD is also advising the government of Senegal for issuing $200 million US sukuk. Case Study 3. Promoting SME development via line of finance. ICD disperses a line of financing against guarantees from the financial institutions. Financial institutions disperse medium-term financing to SMEs for expansion, working capital, etc. SMEs pay their medium-term financing, and the financial institutions will repay ICD for the line of financing. Other investors may participate in the line of financing by appointing ICD as the investment agent. The result of this program was that ICD helped expand SME lending in the CIS and Southeast Asia regions, provided financing to 54 SMEs in 5 member countries: Azerbaijan, Kyrgyz Republic, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, and Mauritania. And over 5,000 motorcycles were financed by PT Mandala Multifinance for the use of small family businesses in Indonesia. All applications should be submitted to the Business Development and Partnership Manager in the following regions: MENA region, Africa region, Asia region, CIS region,